What's going on, guys? PokePonch here. I'm gonna do a little pack opening tonight. Got a bunch of different stuff. Know everybody has been talking about prismatic evolutions, and I'm sure y'all are in the Pokemon world, the Pokemon collecting community. You all know about all the different crazy stuff going on. People getting it early, people opening it up, ripping shippers on whatnot and stuff like that. But we haven't gotten any prismatic evolutions. As far as I can tell, our pre-orders have not been canceled. So that's a good thing. We've gotten our emails from certain places, for our pre-orders that they're looking to be shipped on time. So that's a good thing. I'll be checking out my local Walmart throughout the week, see if perhaps they get stocked with some prismatic throughout the week. But picked up some stuff. Picked up an Arceus box, which was actually a cardboard box. And had some Brilliant Stars, a Fusion Strike, and Evolving Skies, and Vivid Voltage. Then I was able to find a Pikachu V. I think it was a Pikachu V promo box, something like that. Came with this Pikachu here. And it came with Chilling Rain and Brilliant Stars. And I just picked up some Surging Sparks, because, Surging Sparks is Surging Sparks. Picked up some Paldean Fates, some Temporal Forces, stuff like that. So we got quite a bit of different stuff to open this evening. Last stream we got some pretty good stuff. We got a Crocolore, Tinkatink, Boss's Order. How's it going, Corella and Crytap? How's it going, guys? Well, we got some different stuff to open today. Go ahead. What's your question? Might perhaps start out with some Vivid Voltage tonight, because we got some Chonkachu Italian. Whoa. Welcome from Italy. We got some Vivid Voltage to try out. See if we get anything decent from Vivid Voltage. I think the best pull in there is still the Rainbow Chonkachu. See, I gotta make some room here. I got all these packs in the way. Lightning Energy, Kakuna. Oh, I'm looking for the Cramorant and the Arrokuda from here. They're just, I think, common or uncommon cards. But they do tell a little bit of story. We're out here in Texas. Good old state of Texas. Oh, we got something. An Orbeetle V Max. I believe I pulled the trainer version of this before, but I haven't pulled the Orbital VMAX from, what do you call it here, Vivid Voltage before. There we go. That's a cool little start. So yeah, how you guys doing? Just here hanging out, doing the old ripping for some pulls. Waiting, like I said, we're still waiting on Prismatic. Product's been hard to find. Let's see what else we can get here. Dusclops. People call me Mike. Oh, there's the Arrokuda I've been looking for. Because they're the Cramorant in this set right here shows it eating the Arrokuda in its garb. So cool. Let's see if we can get a Cramorant. I like those little cards that, even though they're simple commons or uncommons. They tell a story altogether. And that happens to be one of them that I'm trying to collect. The other one I'm trying to get is if I can find a gloom out of Aquapolis. The gloom from Crown Zenith is done by the same artist, and it's fallen out of the tree. And in the original one, it is sleeping in a tree. So I kind of want to get that one to have the matching set. Let's see here. I wouldn't say I'm rich. I would just say I make bad financial decisions and I happen to have some good luck every once in a while. Well, let's see. Can we get the Cremerat? I want the little Cremerat for the story that it tells. Ooh, doesn't look like it. Oh, the Watt. And a Clefable. Well, that was all the Vivid Voltage, but we did get the Orbital VMAX, and then we did get the Aracuda that I'm trying to get the other matching card, which would be the Cremerat. Guess we'll jump over to Chilling Rain. That's some decent stuff in there. I think the Galarian Moltres, alternate art. What else we got? Of course, the Blazikins, I believe, are in here. But with only one pack, it's a tall order to fill. Let's see what we get here. Fighting energy. Throw my trash away. Trying to get better at keep my desk clean while we do these pack rips, because it adds up quick. All these shells, all the husks that we make here. We got a V, maybe? Blast or Blissey V. Okay. Well, it's a hit out of Chilling Rain. Probably gonna save the Evolving Cries for last. Because Evolving Cries, I don't ever expect much out of it. We got one pack today. We'll see how that makes us cry today. So far, 3 pulls for the night, or 2 pulls for the night. Orbital V, VMAX, and Blissey V. Let's see here. Let's try a Brilliant Stars, because I am looking for Marnie. Wouldn't mind pulling. Ooh, that ripped. Aggressively. But yeah, I am looking for a Marnie out of this. Anything else, you know, it's going to be a cool pull. But we could also get some trainer galleries out of here, I believe. Because it will have one... I think this is the first set that started doing trainer galleries out of Sword and Shield. Hidden Top, Magma Basin, Corefish, Golett, Chimcho, Chimchar, Minchino, Starmie, and nothing in this one. Flygon. Flygons be bygones. But we also got some Paldean Fates, some Temporal Forces, Twilight Masquerade. We got a good amount of Surging Sparks to try out again tonight. Because Surging Sparks is still a big set right now. We are opening Brilliant Stars right now. Had to remind myself it's Sword and Shield. Do the pack trick. Cafe Master. Monferno. Gloria. Piplup. Turtwig. Sneasel. Clink. Spiritomb. Blunder Policy. And Cling Clang. No, nothing there. It's okay, we got 2 more packs of Brilliant Stars. These are opening kind of crispy. Whoop. But yeah, let's see what this evening brings us. Starvia, Floatzel, Hunting Gloves, Shinx, Impidimp, Golett, Castform, Chimchar, Sneasel, and ooh, don't look like we're gonna get much out of Brilliant tonight. Last pack of Brilliant Stars. These things is ripping crazy like. In the trash. In the trash. Let's see. Will Brilliant Stars give us anything today? Not looking like it. Roseanne's back up. Blunder policy. Execute order. Execute. What? Both of them in the same pack? I do. Collect the buzz. Oh, nothing today, I don't think. No, that was the last one. Boss's order is a hollow. Okay. We only have one pack of Fusion Strike tonight. And I don't expect much out of Fusion Strike. It'd be nice. It'd be real nice. It'd be real nice. Maybe tonight's the night we get something from Fusion Strike. Or today's the day. Don't expect much from it. But it'd be nice. Alright, Fusion Strike, do your worst. I've opened up so much Fusion Strike from those little Galar tins. We would buy them $10, you get one pack of Fusion and one pack of Evolving Skies, and we never got nothing, just like today. Nothing out of Fusion. Nothing out of Fusion. Evolving, you can stay. It's one of those things like Evolving Skies is $18 a pack, almost $19 a pack. Like, should we even bother opening it? Oh, we got a bunch of Fusion or Surging, some Paldean Fates, Twilight Masquerade. Let's try Temporal, because I think all we're lacking really is the Ghastly. Because I've got the Morty's Conviction in a previous stream. And we were just liking Morty and Ghastly. That'd be nice to get Ghastly. Don't have many packs, but it'd be nice to get a Ghastly. Real. Oh, an A-Spec. Awakening Drum. Ooh. Awakening Drum. So, 3 hits this evening so far. Still got a bit more to go. Come on, Temporal. Give us something a little bit different than an A-Spec. Be a little nice to us tonight, or this evening. Give us something a little different. Metachamp, Tranquil, Mr. Mime. This is the year I said we were going to start a Mr. Mime collection. 2025 is the year of the Mime and Giovanni. Nothing in this pack. Hollow Roaring Moon. Ooh, I mixed up my... No, that's all bull. But yeah, I opened up so much Temporal Forces, chasing Bianca's Devotion. I always say this little story. We almost opened up a whole master set. The only thing that we were lacking towards the end were Morty's Conviction and Ghastly. Recently pulled Morty's Conviction. So all we're lacking is like a Ghastly. The illustration rare Ghastly. It's a pretty card. Roly-Coly, Scorch, Palafin. Of course, the birds would decide to start chirping their heads off right now. They got nothing better to do, I guess. Man, Grindon. Ooh, rough start to the evening. I want to say night, because normally I do my streams a little bit later, but I thought we'd get the stream done a little earlier today. Try out a different time frame. What we try to do a stream every Saturday, because we're not a ripping ship. We're not a business, anything like that. We're just a group of collectors, like opening packs, finding chase cards, going on the hunt, bringing you along the journey. Like interacting with people that are collectors as well. Like, been to a couple shows, like to go to them, do some trading. So Temporal Forces wasn't nice to us tonight, or this evening. We just got the 1A spec Awakening Drum. So we got that so far, the Orbital VMAX, and a Blissey. So 3 pulls so far. Let's go with Paradox Rift. Open up a lot of Paradox Rift too. And we always got the Groudon. And that's when Groudon was actually a little cheaper. A little less financially up there. And I pulled like 4 of them. Chasing Professor Sada SIR. Yeah, I speak of Professor Sada, and there she is. But never got her. Didn't think she existed. Would always go to shows, say, hey, go to stores, hey, do you have Professor Sada SIR? And they say, yes, and they'd bring out the full art. And I was like, no, that's the full art, I want the SIR. So I had no option other than to keep ripping, trying to get her. And then finally I went to a bigger show, and they had one. So I ended up trading for Professor Sada. Actually traded one of the Groudons for her. And some other stuff. But it'd be nice to pull her or the Mela SIR, because I haven't gotten the Mela SIR. And she's coming out as a full art in Prismatic, in her like school uniform. Serena full art. A pull's a pull though, huh? I guess this would be the rationalized version, maybe. Well, there's one. There's a pull. One pull out of Paradox Rift so far. Getting all my sleeves covered up here by all these cold cards. Okay. Yeah, Paradox Rift was one that I had a lot of issues with quality control. I'd get a lot of cards that were miscut, a lot of cards that were kind of damaged out of it. And then other Scarlet Violet sets seemed to be okay until Surging Sparks came out. And it was like all the full arts, all the special illustration trainers would have damage on the silver border. And always in the same spots. So I thought, okay, surely there won't be a repeat of like the quality that I had been getting from Paradox Rift. And no, it turns out it can continue. Oh, Paradox Rift. Opened so much of that, as well as Temporal Forces, that it's just like, some of these cards haunt me. So to see Prismatic Evolutions, I was watching PokeRev the other day, right, and then I watched Cool Trainer Ryan, and they're opening up Prismatic Evolutions, and it's like, it all feels the same, because like pretty much every bulk card, I guess you could say, yes, Larry, I want Larry out of Prismatic, but like every card in Prismatic is like a reprint of everything from like Paradox, Temporal Forces, and all that kinds of stuff. So it just feels like a repeat. It feels like you're saying all the same stuff, other than what's supposed to be the SIRs, and other than what's, the full art trainers that are new. So it feels like we didn't get a whole lot of new cards, or we're not going to be getting a whole lot of new cards in Prismatic Evolutions. And the pull rates. Whoa. If you watched, I got on Whatnot just out of curiosity because I saw somebody post about the people on Whatnot ripping Prismatic. Okay. Got on, started looking at it, and I was like, wow, a lot of this seems really, really sus, like, firstly, how do they get all these stuff, like, almost 3 weeks in advance? Secondly, they're not getting any hits, and they're going for like $20 a pack. $18 to $20 a pack. So I did the math. If you broke down how many packs they opened, I think it was like it was an insane amount of packs, they said at the end. Did the math, and then I did like the average of what they were selling at. Then I did the amount of what would be at retail, right? And if all those numbers added up, they would have made $13,000 in profit from their Whatnot rip and ship that evening. $13,000 that evening. So they sold like $18,000 worth. But then if you would have put it at MSRP and then subtracted, how many ETBs or whatever it was that they opened, that I figured out the math. Yeah, they would have been in it, $5,000. So they made $13,000 profit, which is just insane. So these scalpers, these rip and shippers, whoever's selling these Prismatic Evolution packs at like $18 to $20 a pack, it's insane. And what's more insane is people are buying these packs. Now, I don't know if there were some people on there, bidding and kind of trolling these guys, and maybe they were going to do chargebacks, just to mess with these guys. But to see that much Prismatic getting ripped in one sitting, and like one of these guys was like ripping it as if his life depended on it. Like he was ripping it. I don't even think I can rip as fast as one of those guys was. And it was probably due to the fact that he was probably racing the clock to see how many packs he could sell and rip before his channel got shut down. That's what I was thinking. And I mean, it was $13,000 in profit made off that one stream. And people are letting these guys get away with it. And I don't mean like Whatnot. I mean, people that are buying the packs. Those of us, or those of y'all, because I didn't buy any, but the people buying the packs are letting these guys get away with this. They're letting these guys sell these packs at $18 to $20 a pack. And that's just driving. I mean, ETB is about 150 right now. I watched old PokeRev do a video where he's talking about, here's $2,000 worth of product right now at current price of what, $18 to $20 a pack, and it wasn't much. And I think it came up like $649, $689. It was under $700 if you would have bought that same amount at MSRP, not these inflated prices. And it wasn't. I mean, you go from 2,000 to 600, and let's say $700. Let's round up because of tax. And you're getting, $700 worth of product at $2,000. That's crazy. And if y'all have watched any of his stuff, y'all know his pull rates were abysmal. Blood Moon Ursa Luna EX. I mean, they were abysmal. Heck, even Cool Trainer Ryan, I think like the best pull that he got was like, was it a Master Ball Espeon, I think it was? So it wasn't great. Prismatic is gonna be bad. I would say don't give in to these scalpers that are gonna be selling ETBs at 150 bucks. Oh man, I feel bad for you, Sledge Dog. I mean, 230. I bought them when they were like, we would get them at 100 bucks. You know, luckily we completed our master set, but we've got. The wife was looking at her. She's like, I got like 3 of those, and each one of those Mew cards is like 30 bucks right now, the promo. And I think we have maybe a total of 6 of them in the house. So it's like, we opened up so much 151, and you know we got a master set. There was very few cards. I think it was like 3 cards we had to trade for, or 2 of them we had to trade for, and then 1 of them I had to buy. But I mean, we were getting poster collections for $15, you know, each. So we didn't feel the effects of the price gouging and scalping that's happening recently with 151. Like, I wouldn't touch 151 right now with a 10-foot pole unless you can get it at a big box store at what retail should be. Like, I wouldn't buy, even from a local game store. I support small businesses and stuff like that, don't get me wrong. And I know they got to do what they got to do to get their profit margins correct. But $9 to $10 for a 151, I wouldn't pay it. I wouldn't pay it. I mean, it's got some. It's a fun set to open. Yeah, I saw that for 150. I was like, Jesus. I watched some other guy. He got one at a scalper's price. He admitted it. He says he got it at scalper's price, but he got the Charizard SIR out of it. So he was like, you know, that more than made up for it. But if you don't get anything and you're paying the scalper's price, I would hate that. That's a full Mimikyu, yeah. Oh, and a hyper rare. Ooh, Chi-Yu. Huh. Well, I forget about gold cards and Paldean Fates. Because, you know, personally, I don't like opening Paldean Fates. This is just personally, because I'm not a... I prefer illustration rares and special illustration rares and stuff like that. And with some of these, you know, the Fate sets, the big deal is the shinies, right? So the reason why I really open these is for Yami. So we got you a Mimikyu, Yami. Jaime, we got you a Mimikyu, and I don't know, the Chi-Yu, this gold card is actually different than some of the other gold cards. Like with the way they did that greenish blue kind of finish in the back. So I might keep this Chi-Yu, but you can have the Mimikyu for sure. Cause I don't know, I kind of like it. Personally, it look a lot better. Chi-Yu, and I don't have that Chi-Yu illustration rare. Well, that's a pretty good hit tonight, then. Fight me for it. I'll fight you for it. And we'll put you right here, Chi-Yu. Oh, no. Oh, well. But yeah, personally, not a huge fan of Paldean Fates, like, personally. But I open it for Yami. Because she collects the baby shinies. And that's what she's trying to complete, the baby shiny set. Shrouded Fables, here's an unpopular opinion. I think it's a slept-on set as far as some of the illustration rares. Because I like spooky Pokemon, personally. I do like them. And you got, like, the Houndoom, which is... an awesome art. What did I open right now? It was Paldean Fates, right? Didn't feel like Paldean Fates. Yeah, it was. Um, so like the Houndoom is an awesome art. The Persian is awesome. Um, the Dust Skull, the Dusclops, the Dusknor, those are all real creepy, awesome artworks, right? And a lot of those cards that I just mentioned actually hold value. But I think the problem that happened initially was the set didn't release like on time for the ETBs, I think it was. And then for how small of a set it was, I think a lot of people were expecting it to be easier to complete, to master set it. And that wasn't the case. It was just like, oh my junior. It was just like you kept getting duplicates over and over, more so than you do a normal set. And I think a lot of people just didn't care for some of the artwork for the special illustration rares. Like I didn't care for the Monkey Dory special illustration rare. I pulled that one. That was like the first special illustration rare that I pulled, and it was just, you know, it was just like a close-up. It could have been a full art. It could have been a full art. And then the Pheasantipity EX that had the much more pretty, oh no, it wasn't even an EX. It was just a regular Pheasantipity illustration rare. It was a much more pretty art. But, you know, artists, like, what people find for art is subjective. Like, whether you like it or not, it's all subjective. I thought the illustration rare artwork looked better than the special illustration rare artwork. But because the special illustration rare was an EX and not just the regular, the playability was higher for the EX version, which drove up the price like 3 to 4 times as much as the regular Pheasantipity, which had the much prettier artwork. So, what were we coming off of? It wasn't Stellar Crown. It was Twilight Masquerade, I think we just came off of. Or was it right before? It was Temporal Forces we just had come off of, I think. I think everybody was still riding the wave of the playability concepts, and maybe the hope that Iron Crown was going to be very playable. So there wasn't a whole lot in Shrouded Fable that players themselves, like people that actually play instead of just collect, they didn't find anything in there that was as playable. There's another full art Yami. Gardevoirs. Gardevoirs. I think you have this one, right? Did I pull this one the other day? I think, I don't know. But I think artwork-wise, Shrouded Fable was kind of slept on. That's just my opinion. Now, I don't think it's ever going to go up in value because there was such a bad reception to it. So I don't think it'll ever be up there, to be honest. And I know that's like the one thing that right now, even during the boom of Pokemon, I guess you could say, and product being hard to find, that's like the one thing that still sits on product shelf, or like the shelves. That's the one product that I see people not really wanting to pick up unless it's on sale. It's Shrouded Fable. So we can get it like I did at one point for $33 an ETB. It's worth picking up to try to get those illustration rares that are worth something. Because you got some in there that are worth like 15, 20 bucks, 30 bucks, stuff like that. It's just nobody wants to touch it at full retail cost. Which, I don't know why that hasn't driven up some of the prices of those. Because if nobody's opening it, and then people like it, like that art, then you would think because there's no supply there that the price would go up. But I guess the demand just isn't there even for collectors who don't play and just don't, just collect for the art or the Pokemon aspect. It's baby shiny yellow. Is it a Pikachu? Oh, Voltorb. Womp womp womp. Voltorb. Voltorb shiny. Got a Voltorb shiny. I don't know if you got that one. I don't remember seeing a Voltorb in your collection. Yeah, me. What's it then assigned there? Oh, Paldean Fates again. And, but yeah, Paldean Fates. The Bubble Mew still eludes us. The Charizard still eludes us. And there's just so many dang baby shinies. So many baby shinies. Climb up technical machine. Crisis punch. If you're in a crisis, just punch it out. Ralts. Charmanders. Oh wow, that was a bad pack. That was a bad pack. It's okay though, every single one of these Surging Sparks packs is gonna be bad. Because Moss pulled that. A buddy of mine, I ran into him at the Walmart here in town, and he picked up a couple packs of Surging Sparks, right? And later that evening he calls me and he's like, guess what I pulled? It was the gold Pikachu. And I was like, dang it. I should have bought all the packs. And I was being conservative. I said, nah, I already got most of what I want out of Surging, so I'll just buy 5 packs. And he got the golden Pikachu out of Surging Sparks. Had to call me up and rub it in my face. This bathroom. Last pack of Paldean Fates. Last pack. We're gonna have to go buy more. We're going to Walgreens. We gotta buy more. Because honestly, with the way Paldean Fates is looking like, or not Paldean Fates, let's see, I'm thinking in my head, the way Prismatic Evolutions is looking like, I think I might have better luck setting my money on fire and hoping a Umbreon appears in the ashes of the burnt up money than I do pulling one out of a pack. So it's like, maybe I should just, while everybody's fighting over Prismatic, I'll be like, y'all got any Shrouded, or not Shrouded Fates, y'all got any Paldean Fates over there? Oh, an illustration rare. Oh, an illustration rare. Palmy! Dang it! I called it. Palmy, dang it. Palmy, you're just like not even worth putting in the, not even worth putting in a penny sleeve. He can't get no love. Palmy can't get no. I did paint up this Palmy coin the other day. I don't know. The gold on the border. Yeah. I should have did a different color. Surging Sparks. Our Chulodon. That's where our cast form came out of. I still don't like that Pokemon though. Barrel, Drilbur, Quaxley, Zangoose, Tauros, Flapples, Annihilates, Megaton Blower, nothing behind the Megaton Blower. this right here. Another Archulodons. Still don't like this Pokemon. Still don't like him. He's just a building. Anyways, I hope you guys, if y'all are watching, just lurking, joining me tonight. I hope y'all are having a good evening. Watching the money just get set on fire here. Just thrown in the trash. Nothing. Oh my God, is it one of the super special? No, y'all know it's not. I feel for people like when they're first opening Surging Sparks, they see rainbow and they think it could be. It's like, no, the border's different. The border's different, guy. I'm sorry. Don't get your hopes up. And then when they're like on the last card and they see like the full rainbow that's like on the Pikachu or who is it, the other guy? The Hydreigon or the Alolan Executor, and they get all excited because they got a rainbow border. It's like, but that's the last pack in the card. It's second to last that you should be getting excited about. Sorry, guy. Rellor, the dung beetle, just rolling around his big old dung ball. Celio, Clobbopus. Oh, you know what? Last time Clobbopus showed up, that's when my Pikachu showed up. I was like, oh yeah, Clobbopus. Sequel of the illustration rare of it. I think it's a cute card. And then it was like, bam, Pikachu. But not today. No, not to see Clobbopus. Not today. My wife asked, how do you remember what was in the pack when you got your big pulls? And I was like, I don't know. I just remember just like in the gouging fire that I opened, there was a Litten and a Corporal right before I got the gouging fire. And then the Pikachu was a Clobbopus, and I remember that one. And then the Heliotile, Tile, whatever his name is. I remember some of these things. I don't know. I ripped so many packs though. It all feels the same sometimes. Like, see, we just got another Meryl. Spathra, Clemont, Kilowattrel. Oh. Oh no, it's, hold on, let's see. Who is it? Who is it? Kecleon. You got so many of this little guy. No, it was green. It was green on the bottom. Why won't you cooperate? Kecleon. Yeah, he's cute, but he's still not the Mr. Mime I want. Well then, you can go there. Oh, that was out of an Executor pack. Look at that. Everybody says the Latias packs have the hits. The Latias packs have the hits. Not the sleeves, like when you buy the single sleeve list or single sleeve packs. But the packets. Oh, this Rellor again. Grapple. Dino. Drasnas. Yeah. Lycia, I forget you're in this, Lycia. No, nothing. Yeah, nothing. No, nothing. Yeah, I always forget Lycia's in here because I haven't seen people pull Lycia too much. I think I've seen more Gold Pikachu's pulled in Licia. Nah, man, I should have bought them all that night. Moss had to buy, get the golden Pikachu and then call me on voice chat. Look what I got. You're watching, Moss. Okay, Moss, we're gonna get the other Pikachu, the full art one that I don't have either. I don't even want it. What do I want? Licia, I guess. This is the other trainer. Nothing. Dang it. We ain't got too many left. I mean, we haven't had a bad night as far as pool rates. We've just gotten bad pools. Like, yeah, we haven't had a bad night of pool rates. It's just they've been bad pools. It's mostly been EXs, a couple full arts. Nah, oh well. But like nothing big. I think the biggest thing as far as I heard that one. Pop. That card popped in there. I think the biggest pull we've had has been the Mimikyu, maybe? Yeah. Mimikyu Baby Shiny. Because I don't think Kecleon's worth that much. Or maybe the Chi-Yu Gold card, technically, as far as rarity. Because it is a hyper rare, isn't it? Yeah. I think that's the biggest pull. Like, financially, probably the worst pull, next to Pommy. Ooh. Sumo Wrestler, Snorlax. How come I've never noticed that card? Huh. Probably because it's just like, let's get to the goods. Nobody cares about what's before it. Gotta get to the goods. Oh. Okay. Nothing there either. Great. Oh. The Black Heron. Oh, Milotic. $12. Milotic. Okay, so all we got left, other than the evolving cries tonight, are all these Surging Spark packs that are all Latias packs. So for all those conspiracy theorists out there today, all the hits are in the Latias packs. I'm going to prove everybody wrong right now. All the hits are in the Latias packs. Bull. I'll prove everybody wrong right now. These are going to be G.I. Joe cards in there. Oh, no, they're Pokemon. G.I. Joe. Get scammed like Logan Paul. I'm going to get all my Prismatic, and that's all that's going to be in there. G.I. Joe cards. Okay, yeah, see? There's nothing in these. See? No hits in the Latias packs. Everybody says all the hits are in the Latias packs. No hits in the Latias packs. I looked away for a second to look on my computer, and that whole pack opened and just went horribly wrong. Sandy Gast. Okay, let's prove everybody wrong again. Let's not get anything in this pack. Yeah, keep it going. Nothing. Yep. Yeah, you see? See, kids, don't believe everything you see on the internet. Wait, this is on the internet. So, great. We mopped ourselves into a corner on that one. Don't believe everything you see on the internet. We're on the internet. Yeah, I think I have Sleep Dog, or Sledge Dog, I think I am. Oh, Sledge. They always sell the Latias packs in bundles. Huh. In the booster bundles. Let's see here. Glimmet, Meddling Memo, Appleton, Corydon. I've never paid too much attention to what I get in my Grand Adventure or whatever that is. But everybody always claims the Latias packs have the hits. I don't know. I never actually pay attention to the artwork on the pack itself. Whenever I get my big pool, I just remember what's in the pack, like right before. But I've started doing that now because people are like, oh, Latias. So I start separating my pack arts now for surging so I can prove people wrong. See, there's nothing in these Latias packs. There's absolutely nothing in them. Except for a full art slacking. Ah, you jerk. I do not like slacking. There was one night where I had done the same thing. I separated the Latias packs. And I got the, what do you call it? I was getting a lot of full art trainers out of them. But slacking, I hate that guy. And it all started when I was doing Super Electric Breaker. Because, a full art, it takes the spot of like your special art rare. And like in every single booster box I opened from Super Electric Breaker, I had a slacking EX in it. And then the last one I ever opened had the full art slacking that took the chance away from the Pikachu. So I just was like, out of all the people I could be getting, slacking just keeps showing up. Let's go to Gravity Mountain, Charlie. Ain't nothing here. See? Oh my god, guys, it's a rainbow. Yeah, it's nothing great. It's battle sand. Yeah. See, we need you to go along with the plan, Latias. We need you to go along with the plan. But Latias doesn't want to show up for the plan. Oh, I know, we're down to our last two surging. It's okay, though. They're all sold out, but it's okay. It's okay. Because we're not going to need any more packs after right now. Okay. After right now. Yeah, it's freaking enriching energy. Okay, it's okay. This last Latias pack that has absolutely nothing in it. We won't need any more Surge of Sparks after it. We won't need any more Surge of Sparks right after this one. Wait and see, wait and see. Okay. Fire. Railwar. Celio. Clavopus. Ooh, Heliolisk. Kilowattrel. Chill Teaser Toy. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, no. Yeah, I mean, the Pokemon community, I think, is very FOMO. How would you say it? Like, we just get too many products pushed towards us in such a short time period that everybody's just worried about the next thing. And I'm sure that's why Pokemon Company prints things the way they do. In what seems like small amounts or whatever, and it seems hard to get stuff at a time and what have you. And then everybody's, oh, the next set's already coming out. We gotta get the next set. Oh, evolving cries. Here we go. Absolutely nothing in here either. Because I never get anything in evolving cries. Last pack of the night. And like I said, we got pool. We got a lot. it's just we didn't get any good pools. You know. Yeah, a lot of your bigger streamers and stuff like that, or YouTubers, they get quite a bit thrown towards them. Oh, Galarian Moltres and a V-Card Metacham. Oh, joy. Womp 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 womp. Alright, no, oh wow. No big hits tonight other than, what do we get? That's more than I usually get. That is true when it comes to, oh man, when it comes to evolving skies, that is more than what we normally get. That is, you're sure right. That is much more than we normally get. Okay, what do we got? Let's see. We'll go over our hits. Our pools tonight. Because like I said, we got quite a bit. We actually did get quite a bit of pools tonight. It's just we didn't get any good pools tonight. It goes like that sometimes though. Today we got quantity over quality. I would rather have had quality over quantity, but you know, it happens. It happens. It happens. Well, is this the only... I thought we pulled more shinies today. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, let's see what we got tonight. We got 3 ace specs, the Awakening Drone, the Megaton Blower, Enriching Energy. We got a Blissey V. We got the Orbital VMAX. We got Palossand, Tatsugiri, and Sylveon. We got the Melodic, or Miltic, Spathra, the Charizard. And we got Voltorb, Gardevoir. Oh, Noivern, you're supposed to be with regular EXs. Absolutely, you're supposed to be there, excellent. Paldean, oh, that's a full art. Full art. Full art. So we got Palafin, Serena, Slacking. Full arts. Normally I take my stuff locally to shows the trade. Palmy, Kecleon, Mimikyu, and the Chi-Yu Gold. Yeah, normally what I do is I save a lot of these and I take them to shows locally in town or just right around the area from me. And I use a lot of it for trade. And what I try to do is I try to find some of the bigger vendors that have like trade binders, even if it's just like, you know, a $2 card and stuff like that. And if they're looking to restock their binders, I trade in just a whole bunch of those $1, $2 cards. And you'll get about 70% trade value. Helps them restock their binders. And with how much, like, as you see here that we opened up today, I have a lot of stuff like that. Like, I got almost 2 lunch boxes full of stuff that's, you know, anywhere between $1 to $15 a card. So I hit those guys up. They take a massive stack of them, restock their binder, And I end up with like last time I ended up with almost $200, I think, of trade value. So that allowed me to get some of the bigger cars I was looking for. So a lot of these, that's where they end up. If they're not for personal collection, they go right to. Yeah, because here's one of them that I take. Oh God, why are you so heavy? So this whole thing is full of, we got stuff in here like, the Inteleon VMAX, Quackable, we got the Charizard, Iron Crown, a lot of stuff. We got some illustration rares. Oh, we have a Latias right there. It's not the Latias we need, but you got like Trainer Gallery, Charizard. We got Drayton, Palossand, just all kinds of stuff that I have duplicates of, or just personal collection that's I already have duplicates of. I just take to shows and trade in. I think actually that Inteleon's out of Fusion Strike, I think. I don't know where I put it. It's forever lost in the bulk. No, there it is. Once it was. Yeah, we're in Texas. Yeah, the Inteleon VMAX. Yes. I think it was Fusion Strike. I gotta check this one again, see if it hasn't moved in price or not. Because I know at one point it was like $30 or something, but then everybody started going crazy for. Yeah, that's my plan. Because I'm in Texas, so my plan is to go. My plan is to go to that big show that they have over there, because PSA tends to be at that larger show, from my understanding. Because I checked their website one time, and they accept submissions there in person. Or they, I think, do turnaround too. So all this right here that I have in the back and up front, obviously, and on the sides. Yeah, I think that's the one. I gotta take those in to get graded, drop them off probably in person. It'd be a lot better to do that, I guess, than I just don't trust going through GameStop. I've heard a lot of horror stories about GameStop, and I don't know. I'm old school. I'd rather have least amount of people involved. So I drop off myself. Yeah, I gotta look on PSA's website again, because I know they post, and there was like a couple of shows. I think it was like 2 or 3 shows here in Texas that they attend, and you can set up like an appointment with them, and then you can print out like I think some paperwork you got to print out beforehand to take everything with you to submit in person during your appointment time. And then I was reading some of it they can actually do if it's like a 2-day show. They can have, if you pay a premium, they can have it done by the end of the show, not the end of the day, but the end of the 2 days. So I'm gonna have to plan a vacation around that to go over there to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, because I'm all the way over here in the Coastal Bend. So it's a drive for me, firstly. So I'm gonna have to figure out when those shows are happening, go over there, stay a couple nights or a few nights, submit stuff to PSA, and then, or some of my bigger stuff, try to get a weekend turnaround on it, like maybe the Pikachu and some of those larger things out of Surging, the Magikarp for sure, the Terapagos, the Bulbasaur, the Squirtle, stuff like that. Yeah, I know I missed it last time because I hadn't even thought about trying to go to a show. Then I saw it on PSA, and it was too sudden from when I would have been able to have gone. So this year, I'm really gonna have to look into it. Start looking around that area for what's closest to that, where the show takes place, and then start really narrowing down what I'm gonna submit. But I'm definitely looking to go to that show whenever it's around here. I wish there was one in San Antonio, but I think the closest one is Houston. Because I know I had met somebody that was going over there, and he said, "Yeah, I'm going to Collecticon in Houston," and I had scheduled my vacation for the week before. If I would have known, or if I would have paid attention, I could have just changed my plans instead of doing what I did. I could have gone to Houston and gone to that show. But Houston's closer to me, so maybe I'll go to that one. I'll see if PSA is going to be at that one. Submit there. Because maybe even do this Chi card, even though I don't think it's worth much. It's just have it slammed. And I got to do some of the promo cards too. Maybe one of these. I got a couple of them from Paldean Evolved. Just the Dallas one is sponsored by PSA. See, so that's why I'm probably gonna have to go to that one and see what they're gonna offer this year. I'd also heard about tag grading recently, and I hear they're actually holding pretty good. But I don't know. Everybody always goes with PSA, even though I think Beckett. I don't know. Beckett right now has some issues. Something about their CEO and stuff like that, and they're just having a lot of issues internally. But I know Beckett, like the black label, is like the hardest thing to get. And I might submit some stuff for just PSA ones. Just find some really beat up cards and like, I want this PSA one. But that's all we have as far as packs opening for tonight. I try to do a stream every Saturday. We try to do about 20 packs more. Lately it's been about 30 to 40. Just like bringing y'all along the ride. And Surging Sparks was what we're doing quite a bit. The PSA ones, yeah, I think like PSA one is one of those things that's like it's hard to get a PSA one from my understanding. So there's a lot of people that collect PSA ones just because it's hard to get one, which is weird. So it's like the complete opposite spectrum of a 10. It's right borderline with like PSA can't even grade it. So it's like there's people out there that collect PSA ones. I've been doing PSA 9s for cards that I want in my personal collection, like Lana Zaid. Because at the time that I went to the show just outside of San Antonio, this was cheaper to trade for than to trade for a raw one and then pay the fee to get it graded. And then if it would have came back a 9, it was like, well, great. So I know a lot of these Scarlet Violet era stuff, the borders have been problematic to get a 10 on. So like even the Miriam, my wife picked this one up for me because it was cheaper to get the Miriam graded as a 9, just like Lana Zaid, than it would have been to buy it raw, pay for the fee, wait 45 days, and then get it back. Oh, I never noticed that it didn't say PSA at the bottom of this one here, but it does here. Unless that's just on the wrapper. No, it's on the wrapper. Okay, I thought I was losing my mind. Let's see, I never paid attention to that. But yeah, so some of these that are in personal collection, like even if I send, say, like Bianca's Devotion out, and it comes back a 9, well, everything I'm gonna get graded, period, is gonna be personal collection. It's just I guess, help preserve it a little better, you know, since it's in a slab and there's, you know, it's gonna be a little more protected. Just like I gotta get Starmie for sure. Gotta send this one out. And I don't know, I'm still debating on Professor Sano, but Starmie for sure. And then the Magikarp, just because we're curious as to what it'll grade. I got it now. Yeah, we're curious to see what that will grade. Because up front it looks pretty balanced, I would say. Left and right seem, and top and bottom seem alright. So we're curious about that. And of course, just because, you know, when they brought back, or not when they brought back, but when they came out with this came out of my first booster box of Stellar Crown. So that and the Squirtle came out in the same box. So I'm gonna grade those for sure, the Bulbasaur, the Charmander, all that. And then I've got 3 Ionos. I got 2 personally, and the wife has 1. We already have 1 in the CGC 10 that I picked up for my stepdaughter. But I got 3 more I can probably submit. I don't know if I'm going to submit anything out of 151 because we have a master set. But everything that we have in the master set is raw. And almost all of it's in the binder. But I do have an extra Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise, Ivysaurs, and Bulbasaurs. I can probably send those out to get submitted. Because we have a complete binder except for... The only thing that we don't have duplicates of is Venusaur. We have duplicates of Charizard, Blastoise, and everything else. Except for the Venusaur and the Alakazam full art. Because I had to trade for this, or buy this one. Yeah, we have all the special illustration. We have multiple of the special illustration. Multiples of... I think we have almost enough if we really wanted to, and we just track down another Alakazam and another Venusaur. We could have maybe 2 master sets. We got another Alakazam, Venusaur, and Zapdos. We need to go, I think, yeah. But we also got the Miltank. This one I'm not gonna be able to send out because there's already damage on it out of the pack. I would have loved to have sent this one out. But if I remember correctly, yeah. Dang camera, I need to get a better setup. That's one of the goals for seeing. It's one of the goals for 2025 is to get a much better setup, multiple cameras, stuff like that. Get a new computer because the computer I have right now I built when Ryzen released. I went their release date, purchased all the stuff for building the PC. So she's a little old, she's a little ragged, and I don't want to ruin her anymore. Because I ran it heavy gaming. See, and then Clement had damage there. Right now it's just my I was told the Sony, there was a Sony one people were telling me about that was pretty decent. But I'm looking for just like, they had a good deal with, who was it? GoPro. It was like the Hero 5 or something like that. Except there was people saying that for streaming wise, it overheats, even though you can use it for streaming. And it came with the whole setup, microphone, lighting, all that stuff. It was a pretty good bundle. But the one thing that I read was people were saying it overheats. So one of the guys I was talking to at Best Buy was like, you know, this Sony right here, a lot of people are picking up for vlogging. And I read reviews on it, and it seems like even on Reddit, people were saying that one Sony camera was pretty good for streaming and vlogging and doing stuff like that for content creators. So I was also looking at Logitech, I think, makes one where there comes in a set of 3 or 4, or I think you can select 5 streaming cameras. But the problem with that one is like you can't save directly onto that camera. It's got like little SD cards, so like making videos on it, it makes it difficult to transfer the files, or it just makes it that much slower, I guess to say, because you got to jump back and forth or what have you. So it's like, well, if you're streaming, it's okay. But if you want to actually make videos and stuff like that, you got to remove the SD, put it in something, transfer the file. It's just a whole lot of extra steps and a whole lot of, it's not very efficient. What was that? I had another card. Clemence was damaged out of the pack. Militech's damaged out of the pack. Oh, Latios was damaged out of the pack. We got a lot of, like, Surgeon Sparks, a lot of them were damaged right out of the pack. And a lot in the same spots. So I don't know if it's just... Yeah, there it is. That's almost that same spot. See, the glint. It'll catch every once in a while. Yeah, right there. So a lot of the Surgeon Sparks, especially the silver border, like Clemence Quick Wit, that Latios, or Latios, not Latios, Militech. Then we got the Drasna, the Drayton, all those trainer type cards were damaged all in the same areas. So it was like, ugh. Surgeon Sparks. Well, we'll see what Prismatic does. We got pre-orders for Prismatic. Not looking forward to it. The more I watch your legitimate YouTubers and your legitimate streamers actually open it up, the less and less excited I am about it. And it's just getting kind of how would you say it? The hobby is getting kind of disheartening. Because another streamer that I watch on here, if you're ever looking around, is Yakima TV. I watch his streams, and he had posted, or last stream he did, he mentioned that there was a Discord you could get onto, and it gives you like alerts of what's coming out. And he was like, yeah, one of the newest alerts that's coming out is tomorrow, supposedly at like 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, or whatever it was. Journey Together is going to be releasing on the Pokemon Center. And he was like, no, it's just a big rumor. No one knows if it's true, but that's what they're saying. So I was like, all right. Woke up the next morning, jumped over onto Pokemon Center, and sure enough, Journey Together was on there. And the website was just running like total trash. All right. And then, I mean, I expected it to. And then I went and I looked at the ETBs, and it was like $60 or $70 for, I think it was 69. And I had it in my checkout. And I said, man, let me wait on this. Let me just think on like a few minutes before I just, pull the trigger on it. Went outside, had a cup of coffee, came back, walked over there. By the time I friggin' decided to check out on it, it was sold out. It had only been like 10 minutes. So I come back. It's a bummer. Missed out on that. Start messaging the wife. She says, Best Buy has it. So I went on to Best Buy. and it had it to where like pre-order now. So I clicked on it. I selected an ETB. I selected a booster bundle and a booster box. I said I'm just gonna order one of everything. Put them all in my cart. Went check out. It says select a different way to receive it. Shipping is no longer available on this. And there's like the only option you have is ship to your address. I'm like, so I can't pick another way to receive it. All it says is ship to address. So I back out, I go over there and I look again, and it says, uh, I could add it to my cart, all that. I'm like, awesome. Added it to my cart and went to checkout again. And it says it again. Please select another way to receive this item. I'm like, there's no other way to receive it. Just okay. So I'll start looking for an option to ship to store or something like that. And there's no option for ship to store. It's only pre-order and ship to your residence, whatever. So I back out again and I try to order it again. And at this point it says coming soon is grayed out and you can't even click on it. And I was like, I had it in my cart. I was trying to check out. And they have a thing where like if you have it in your cart, Best Buy says it'll hold that item for you for 10 minutes, right? But at that point, I couldn't even order Journey Together off of Best Buy. And then I went over to GameStop and I couldn't order it from there. So within a matter of like Pokemon Center releasing it, hadn't even been like 2 hours. And I couldn't even get it on Best Buy. I couldn't get any Journey Together other than single sleeve packs of Journey Together. It's like, you can order single sleeve packs. And I was like, okay, I'm going to order like 50 of them. And it's like, limit 5. And I was like, oh my God. So I ordered 5. So that's what I have for my pre-order for Journey Together are 5 sleeves from Best Buy. That's all I could order. 5 sleeves from Best Buy. Oh. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So I thought about, let me just order like 5 sleeves 8 times. So I ended up with at least 40 packs. But by the time that I backed out and tried to order another one, it had already said coming soon. I said, you're kidding me. So that's all I got for Journey Together, is 5 sleeves pre-ordered. So I guess what I'm going back down to is it's like hard to find product right now. Prismatic is just doing prismatic things. And then Journey Together, I couldn't even get a booster box at $160. And all I could get were 5 single sleeves of Journey Together. Yeah, now it's like I feel you on that one because it's like if you can't, like, the FOMO's real. Like everybody says, oh, it's FOMO causing, it's FOMO's causing. It's like it's it's one of those things where like it's real. FOMO is real because if you don't get it, and then these scalpers are getting it, and then you don't get it at a big box retail store like on release date as they're putting it on the shelves, at least with Surging Sparks here in my town, if you're not there when the person is putting it on the shelf, then you're not going to get any because it was selling out within like 30 minutes of it being put on the shelves. So, and that was at Walmart. Like the guy be there just putting it on the shelf from the little cart, and then you could walk around the store, come back, like you could see him doing it. I'm like, okay, well, I'll wait till he's done. Walk around, do your shopping, you come back, and like everything's gone already. Like that's how bad Surging Sparks was. So I would just, as he was putting it on the shelf, like he'd take it out of the box, off the cart, put it on the thing, and I just reach over and grab it, put it in my cart, because I knew by the time I was done shopping, it was all gone. So I can only imagine how Prismatic's gonna be. I remember GameStop when it was Electronics Boutique, right? Before it was EB Games, before it became GameStop. And Electronics Boutique used to be almost like a Best Buy. So they sold everything. And, it was an electronics store to begin with. And then when they transitioned over to mostly being games, going to EB Games, their workers just, that's all they did, and they try to sell you on pre-orders and stuff like that. So the transition from being an electronics store to just a game store to now, once they got bought out by GameStop, and now they're becoming, they're delving into the market of uh, card, like the trading card game world, right? I can only imagine how ill-equipped they are to have transitioned from what they once were to what they are trying to transition into. So I can see how, like, maybe they're not as, I mean, it's a younger group of workers, let's say that, younger age group. And unless they're into that kind of world, they're not going to be as knowledgeable, or they're not going to care as much. And then I think a lot of those younger individuals getting into, like, I work at a GameStop. They're gonna think it's amazing work. It's like, I work around video games all day. And then the harsh reality of what a GameStop is, you know, you see what GameStop really is. Because here's a little back history. I did 7 years in retail, and I managed the store. We were a cutlery store, and we were located in a mall. So I would get to meet all the different managers from through all the different stores, in the mall. And I was real good friends with one of the managers at GameStop. And he would tell me, he's like, man, he's like, a lot of people think it's fun to work at GameStop. But honestly, he's like, it's horrible. He's like, we got all these corporate, you know, deals that we have, or other corporate rules we got to deal with. Like, we have a sales quota. We have to meet so many pre-orders. We have to meet so many, we have to push the membership. We have to push this. We have to push that. He's like, and it's all behind the scenes. So, like, the general public doesn't know about it. Is that, but we're pretty much stealing from the public too. Like, whenever they come in and trade something in, you're never gonna get like 40% of the value of what you paid for something. And then we refurbish it, and we make a lot of money off of all kinds of stuff. He's like, and there's just so many shady inner workings that happen at GameStop. And that was coming from a real good friend of mine who then quit GameStop and started working for me. And it was, I mean, yeah, granted, that was probably about 20 years ago. God, it really was like 20 years ago, because I've been working where I'm at now 15 years. And 22 years ago is when I would have started in retail. Yeah, so about 20 years ago, I could have told you GameStop, just the way they work their employees, what they make them do, and stuff like that, probably really makes them not really care about doing their job the correct way. Simply because probably paying minimum wage to a bunch of younger individuals that might be their first job, and they think it'd be awesome to work at a game store. And then the harsh realities of what it is what it is. So that's another reason why it's like, I don't want to submit my stuff through GameStop, because you got a bunch of younger individuals. They don't really have, from my understanding, because I spoke to one manager at a store in Corpus, they don't really have things set up the right way for accountability, and then like storage of items, like your cards. And then the way he explained to me, I said, okay, so if I bring in this Pikachu, right, and I want to get that graded, it's only gonna be $15, right? He's like, initially. I said, okay, what do you mean initially? He says, well, if it comes back with a high grade, like a 10 or whatever, there's gonna be additional fees. I said, what? He says, yes, sir. There'll be additional fees depending on some of your cards, what they grade, and the declared value of them when they're being sent back to us. And I said, okay, so I pay you $15. I wait 45 days. He's like, well, we have to meet so many cards before we can send them off. So my store, we have to hit a minimum of 50 submissions before we send off. I said, okay, do you get that many in a day? He said, we haven't gotten that many in a week. I said, okay, so my card, my $600, at the time it was like 600 and something when I pulled it. I said, so my card is worth like $600 raw. And just sold, the first one I just sold that morning on eBay for like 1,300, I think it was. I said, so the declared value is going to be, if it comes back to PSA 10, it's like 1,300, huh? He said, yeah. I said, so it's going to sit back there until you get 50 submissions, and then you'll ship off the PSA, and then it's a 45-day turnaround, and then when I get it back, I might have to pay an additional fee. If, say, the Pikachu comes back at 10, the Military comes back at 10, Jasmine comes back at 10, and they're all a different value, and my total declared value is different, I have to pay an additional fee. He said, yeah. I said, so I'm better off just submitting myself, paying like $130. They were having a Christmas, PSA was having like a Christmas deal. $130 for a 5-day turnaround. So I said, so I'm better off probably paying that $130, submitting it to PSA, getting a 5-day turnaround than I am submitting to you at $15, waiting X amount of days, then you ship it, then a 45-day turnaround, and then I might have to pay additional fees. And the manager was like, yep. None of y'all don't explain that at all. Y'all just say $15, 45-day turnaround. Y'all don't tell us you have to hit a minimum. So it could be 2 weeks, 3 weeks before you even send my cards off. So let's say 3 weeks, 21 days. Plus the 45-day turnaround. That's 66 days that I'll be waiting. Under the assumption that, oh, it's only going to take 45 days because y'all are going to like submit it. You know, if y'all's FedEx picks up at 1 p.m. or UPS picks up at 1 p.m., I come in the store at 9 a.m., submit it, get all the paperwork done, and then y'all give it to FedEx that day or UPS that day to send out. Then, you know, I got to wait 45 days from today then. And that's not the case. You know, that's apparently not the case according to that, you know, one manager that I spoke to, and from what I've heard from other people, it's like they're gonna. And then some people have said, yeah, they've charged them. I don't know. One person said today about $100 or whatever when they got it back because it was over a declared value. Like, yeah, I would hate to be in it like that because what if I don't have the cash then? So what if I do a big submission? I say, okay, well, I'm gonna hit your 50 card minimum for your store, and I send everything, and then I get it back with the assumptions like, oh, I only paid $15. That's all I owed. It's like, well, sir, your Pikachu came back a PSA 10, declared value is like $1,200, so you have to pay an additional $100 for that one. Your Magikarp came back and it's worth, you know, PSA 10, it's worth this much. You have to pay $100 for that one, you know. And it's like, whoa, I thought I paid everything up front, so now you're saying I owe you like what, another, let's just say hypothetically, another $250. And I don't have the, you know, the funds to pay for it right then and there. So what is GameStop gonna do? Hold my cards? Or they're just gonna hold them until I say, okay, well, let me come back with the money that I owe because they graded so high? You know what I mean? Those are questions that people I don't think have really asked, and it's just it doesn't seem like GameStop was really upfront about it. And like I've seen interviews that like what's his name did Rattle Pokemon. He called up one of the stores, and they're like, one of the guys was like outright up front, like, we weren't ready for this. We have nothing in place. We don't even, you know, there's no accountability. We can't really tell you much of anything until PSA says it's coming back. I'm like, wow, how can you do that? So that's why I'm going to go to PSA personally, when one of those shows comes to Dallas. Because I don't know, man. It's like, I don't know. Because I was even looking on, like, on PSA's website. They say, if it's a declared value of over so much, then you have to pay this much to get it graded and what have you. So I'd rather be able to ask in person, like, what's my bottom line going to be getting these graded from y'all? Instead of just, surprise, you owe this much more or something. Because, I mean, we even got, like, I don't know if she's going to want to do this one. The Galvantula. I mean, we got a couple of these golden Charizards, too. I know they're not, people don't like gold cards, guys. But, even like, so I got another Miriam. I'm going to have to see if this one will grade a 10. And then we got the Glaceon. I have a feeling any of these Auto Crown Zenith, once Prismatic comes out and people don't have these in the collection currently, these will probably go up. But it's getting, the Pokemon hobby itself, like, the people are great in the hobby. Going to shows, meeting vendors, meeting other people that collect, that's all amazing. But it's like, the distributors are messing up, I think. Because coming from, like I said, my retail experience of 7 years, and then I was a manager for 5 of those. So I had dealt with vendors ordering, importing, exporting, stuff like that from all over the world: Spain, Italy, Japan, Germany, Brazil, all that kinds of stuff, right? And we would go to big conventions, and I'd meet all the vendors, and we'd see all the product, and we could order it then there whenever we were in Vegas and what have you, right? And we had to be invited to those shows, like SHOT Show in Las Vegas. We had to be invited by a vendor. So somebody, Spyderco, Wusthof, Bucher, Smith & Wesson, any of the vendors that we had to be invited by one of them to even get into the show. So we'd get multiple invitations because, we had Benchmade, Spyderco, Smith & Wesson, all those big names. We had a good business dealings with them, so they would invite us to these conventions. And we would place our orders at the show, right? So I don't understand why Pokemon International or something like that can have some checks and balances, or not necessarily checks and balances, but have a way of getting. Oh no, how would you say this? So I have the thought in my head. I'm trying to articulate it correctly. But if you don't have a brick and mortar store, why are they selling to you in such mass numbers? Whatnot, TikTok, Drip, all those kinds of rip and shippers. They don't have a brick and mortar store, but yet they can order hundreds of ETBs for Prismatic. You can order cases of poster collections, cases of booster bundles, and what have you. But they don't have a brick and mortar store, so then these stores that are brick and mortar, the LGSs suffer because they can't get the product. Or some of your big box stores, the big box stores, let's face it, financially they're not getting hurt by this, right? But we, the consumer, are getting hurt by our big box stores not being able to procure the items, like Best Buy, Target, Walmart. If they can't get the product, or they get a limited amount of product and they're selling it at MSRP, that's how we can get it at MSRP. That's going to be the only way you can get it at MSRP. I'm pretty sure any local game store and stuff like that, once the distributors hike the price up on them, you're not going to be able to get. So here's a good example. Terrestrial Festival. Pokey sells it for $60 when it first comes out. Pre-order. $65. We ordered some. Well, I've got some. I go to a local game store the day, it was a Monday. The Monday after the release, which was Friday. I go down there. Oh no, I see them post on Facebook. I say, hey, I call them up and say, hey, how much do you want for a box of Terrestrial Festival? They say $80. I say, phew, put me down for one. I drive down there, I go pick it up, I buy one, show up with the intention of just buying one box initially. Wife says, I want some too. I said, okay, how many do you want? And it's 6 boxes of Terrestrial Festival at 80. I thought that was bad because Paldean, he was sold out, but was selling them initially at 65. Okay, week goes by, Paldean goes up to $80. Okay, well, I guess that wasn't so bad. I pay $80 for Terrestrial Festival at a local game store, 3 days after release. Okay, not too bad. Don't feel so bad about it then, right? All of a sudden, like not even a week later in that week, they get a restock because they were like, we don't think it's going to last throughout the night. Like, we're probably going to sell out tonight. So I just picked up the 6 boxes. I said, well, maybe we'll go pick up a couple more boxes. They got a restock. $100, Terrestrial Festival. And somebody asked, well, $100? Monday it was 80. And they say, well, due to our distributor, we had to increase the price to $100. And I think that was like a Wednesday, maybe a Thursday. So like only 3 days at most had passed. And they went from $80 to $100 on Terrestrial Festival. And it was like, I understand that, like, having those 7 years in retail, like I said, 5 in management, where I did orders from vendors, distributors, and all that, I can understand that if the price of your wholesale goes up, then obviously to make a profit, to turn a profit, you got to increase your market price, right? But at a distributor level, for your price to go up, if you already have the product in the States, because they had to have had the product in the States. I mean, how can you go from distributor level to raising the price to your, the dealer that's buying it, the LGS that's buying it, and it's already here in the States? So if at the distributor level they're increasing price, that means they're increasing the wholesale price. That's going to affect LGSs with Prismatic Evolutions. With your big box stores, it's like, no, we ordered 3,000 units of the product at wholesale cost. You're going to fulfill our order. But then once those 3,000 units run out, because let's face it, everybody's going to be buying it, all you're going to be able to do is turn to an LGS. And if the distributor's raising the price and the LGS has to raise the price, it's not only scalpers that we're going to have to be fighting, because scalpers are going to pay the price for whatever they want because they know they're going to flip a profit regardless, right? So it's looking like a lot of doom and gloom. I guess is what I'm coming down to. It's looking like a lot of doom and gloom for the hobby. And it's not. I mean, I want to say it's not the collectors that are causing it. But if any of y'all get a chance, go on the Whatnot. Don't buy anything. Don't buy anything on Whatnot. Don't support these guys. But go on the Whatnot. Under the search bar, type in Prismatic Evolutions. And see if there's currently any ripping and shipping Prismatic. And look how short of a timer they're putting on the auction. And look how quickly these are getting bid up to $18 to $22 a pack. And there's our problem right there. Those people that are allowing these Whatnot ripping shippers to get away at selling us Prismatic Evolutions for $18 to $22 a pack. Try to go online, go look at Opossum Bud's video, which was more of a rant, but I can't blame the guy. He's just saying what a lot of us are internalizing. Go watch his video about how he tried to order Journey Together that morning. That just Monday, whatever day it was. Go watch his video. I love watching him. He's my kind of humor. He's my kind of person that in the 15 years I've been around in corrections, we have a very sick sense of humor, very different kind of mentality, right? And we joke differently. And he's my kind of sense of humor and my kind of slap to reality kind of person when he talks to you. He's very blunt, very vocal about what's going on. Watch his video on how he got blocked from Pokemon International, from the well, not Pokemon International, but the Pokemon Center, trying to order Journey together, about how it thought he was a bot. And it shows you how inept some of these companies are being right now with protection against bots buying up all the product. Like I told you, my personal experience with Best Buy just a couple of days ago when it released, how had it in my cart, went to check out, within not even minutes, I couldn't get any Journey together than 5 sleeves, 5 single sleeves. And tell me that doesn't spell out a lot of doom and gloom for the hobby. I mean, getting what I got to open today, I started collecting or started picking up stuff since probably last weekend. And we opened up maybe 35 packs, 36 packs today, right? But it took me the whole week from last Saturday or last Sunday till today, this Saturday. Took that time frame just to get 36 packs that I felt were worth opening. Not, just picking up what I could just because it's there on the shelves, but like Surging Sparks, they restocked Monday. They would have picked up that. Some of these old Pikachus, it's like some of the stuff that's coming out, like this right here, looks like the vendor had to go all the way in the back of the warehouse just to find that to put on the shelves. And it's like, it's getting harder and harder to find stuff, guys. And I don't think with Prismatic coming out, with Journey Together coming out, or heck, even Battle Partners. Battle Partners comes out on the 27th this month. And I have a feeling, because there's, through one of the other streamers I watch, he's got a buddy that does Whatnot ripping ships. And he was allocated like 5, I don't even think it was 5 cases. I literally think he meant literally 5 boxes of Battle Partners. So not cases, I think it's just literally 5 boxes. And he was going to have to sell them at $90 a box. That's for a Japanese set. So that's 30 packs with 5 packs in each card. It's a standard Japanese set. Battle Partners is going to be. So 30 packs in a box, 5 cards each. For $90. I'm not trying to speak ill of him. Like, that's what his distributors recommend he sells it at. Normally we pay like 50, 60 bucks. If you're paying 60 bucks for a Japanese set, you're paying high. For like a standard set. Like, I think we paid $70 for Super Electric Breaker. I want to say that's what it was. I want to say it was $70 a box for Super Electric Breaker. Stellar Crown, I think, was $60. Not Stellar Crown. Stellar Miracle, I think, was like $50 or $60. I was paying for a booster, Japanese booster box. And that's still considered high. Okay? Like, I got a buddy that picks up from a shop in San Antonio. I forget the name of it. He always tells me about it. He's like, you need to go over there because you can get them for like $45 a box. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But by the time I pay the gas to get all the way down to San Antonio and what have you, I'm I'm better off buying them for 60 bucks. Jeeps are gas guzzlers, guys. So driving 2.5 hours versus 1 hour, I save a lot more gas just 1 hour, right? So $90 for Battle Partners. That's just and that's from somebody that does it on Whatnot for ripping ships. So typically, Whatnots, they TikTok, they try to say they have the best deals, whatever, for ripping ship, what have you. But for a Japanese standard set to be $90 coming out on the 27th, I can only imagine how much my LGS is going to have it for. And I have a feeling it's going to be like $100. I have a feeling Battle Partners, which is a standard Japanese box, 30 packs, 5 cards each. So typically about half of what you get in a US booster box that we were complaining about paying 120 or 140 for. I have a feeling Battle Partners is going to be 100 bucks a box for Japanese. And that's not good. Because, I mean, if any of y'all have opened up Japanese, y'all know it's like, you don't get many cards. You get 150 cards versus, 36 packs, 10 cards each, 360 cards. Now, the hit rates in Japanese are guaranteed. You get 9 hits per booster box. Okay? And Terrasso Festival was guaranteed at least one SAR per box. Prismatic seems like it's a guaranteed hole in your wallet. That's what Prismatic looks like to me. Now, take that with a grain of salt. Take that with how you. I wasn't there for the last Pokemon boom. Okay, I was there for the original Pokemon boom. I'm that old, okay? So I was there back when base set was out, back when Jungle was out, back when Fossil was out. I was there for the original boom. And times were different then, obviously. We didn't have the internet the way we have it now. We didn't have shipping the way we have it now. You had to get it at a Kmart, Target, Walmart. You had to get it at your local game store. Typically, that was one of the only ways you could get it, was at a local game store. And we didn't have rip and ship. We didn't have any of that kinds of stuff. We had the ice cream man that drove around and you'd be like, you have any Pokemon or Pocket Monsters in your binder? And then all the kids would sit there and look through the binder and maybe pick up some Pogs at the same time, right? But those booms back then, it was hard to find stuff. Like, if you couldn't find product that's like locally, that was it. Those were your only options. Local game store, Target, Kmart, Walmart. Now we have the internet, and it should be easier to find product. It should be easier to be able to obtain it, but now we're at the point where bots are just buying everything. I remember back in the day, like, I had an uncle that worked at Toys R Us, right? So when there was a certain toy that was real popular and somebody was looking for it, he'd call up and be like, hey, our truck's coming in right now. Show up to the store. And if you want to buy it. And then so people would go over there, show up, and they would buy it, and then they were selling them in the parking lot for like 3 times the price. And that's what this is starting to feel like. It's starting to feel like we're back in the 90s with people getting stuff off the back of a truck, so to say, and then selling it right in the same parking lot for 3 times the price. That's my little rant, I guess, guys. I mean, I was really excited about Prismatic. Actually, I seesawed with Prismatic. I saw Terrestrial Festival come out, so I'm not a huge EP fan. I see the financial value there. Okay, I'd rather have it in English, right? So I was a little excited. Like, oh yeah, Terrestrial did pretty good, and I'm excited about English. And then I started to see Terrestrial opened, and I was like, every single card seems like it's a reprint of what was in Scarlet Violet Base, Paradox Rift, Temporal Forces, Twilight Masquerade, all the cards, all the bulk cards. Then I opened up Terrestrial Festival myself, and I was like, yeah, these are all cards that we have already. The only difference is the Pokeball, Master Ball, 32 or 33 SARs, and some full arts. Like I think 11 or 12 full arts. This set doesn't feel new. And then seeing everything happening right now, PokeRev opening up, Cool Trainer Ryan open up, then some other people here on YouTube open up. It's like, what's the point? Why are we going to try to get this product and scalpers charging this much? And then it's not, let them do their business. Let people pay for what they want to pay for, right? Okay. It's the fact that that allocation of product has been taken away from the rest of us. From the rest of us that may have complained that even paying MSRP, like whenever you see a booster box come out, $160. I don't want to pay $160 for a booster box, right? I want to pay 140, 120. And then some people are like, I'm not even going to wait. I'm not going to pay that. I'll wait till it drops. It'll drop to $90. Okay, whatever. I'll pay 120 all day long for a booster box, right? But with Journey Together coming in, and then people relisting those for like $300 to $500 a booster box right now on whatever sites they're listing them on. It's, I mean, what's up, Moss? I mean, how are we gonna deal with that? You know, how are we gonna deal with the scalpers and the inflated prices of what's coming out? Because let's face it, Prismatic's gonna be up there. Journey Together, I didn't think Journey Together was gonna be that high up there. Honestly, I thought everybody was going to wait for the Team Rocket set, and I honestly thought Journey Together was going to be the first half of a full set, or not Journey Together, Battle Partners. So, because like, you know, I think it was Stellar Miracle was a standalone Japanese set. Okay, but before that, like even and then Night Wanderer obviously was a specialty set, and then 151 was a specialty set. But if you look before that, like Temporal Forces was Wild Forces and Cyber Judge put together, and then Paldea Evolved was like Clay Burst and some other set put together. So normally it's two sets combined. So I figured, okay, Battle Partners is going to be combined with whatever they call the Rocket set, and that's going to be together. That's going to be Journey Together. But I think Journey Together is actually going to be a standalone set. So unless my thought process was right, and Journey Together is actually the Rocket set and Battle Partners put together, and that's why everybody jumped on, it would make sense to me why everybody bought Journey Together. If it's Battle Partners and Rocket set combined, then there goes our chances at the Team Rocket set in English. I hope the Team Rocket set is a standalone set. But if a lot of people are just kind of basing it off of what Japanese sets have done in the past and how two sets become an English set, and they're under the same mindset of I am that it's going to be Battle Partners, Team Rocket together for Journey Together, then we lost our chance. I mean, there's nothing confirming it. There's nothing saying that it is both sets. But then again, Battle Partners comes out on the 27th, and typically the next set will come out about a month later, and then typically the US set comes out about a month after both sets have released. So I was watching the Ring, their stream. They're doing their rip and ship, and they were talking about it, and I said, you know, I have a feeling, and this was just a number I was pulling out of thin air. So I have a feeling that the next English set's going to be in March, because typically it releases about 3 months after. So like Battle Partners, so here we are, January, February, March. This is about a month after each one. Journey Together, 1 month. Whatever set comes over next month, and then the English set made up comprised of those two sets. So 3 months later. And guess what's coming out in 3 months? Journey Together. March 28th, something like that, I think. Birds going crazy. But who knows? It's just there might be some things that people know that we don't quite know yet, and it's not a good time. It doesn't feel good to be in the Pokemon hobby right now. You would think it would be amazing because it's like, oh, awesome, we're having an EV set coming out, we have Team Rocket set coming on, and yeah, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be fun to open these packs. It's gonna be fun to chase these cards. It's gonna be fun to do all this, and it's the scalpers that are gonna ruin it for us. The people that own these bots that are buying out product. This is the best pull we had tonight, Moss. Now I'm just ranting about the doom and gloom of how I feel starting next week, how it's gonna go. The prices aren't gonna drop though, Moss. Because here's the thing, like, you listen to, or you watch, I watch Danny Phantom, right? And he talks about, oh no, it wasn't Danny Phantom, it was Brian from Paldean. He was talking about the reprint of 151, right? And he said, oh, I also got this, Moss. It was from Fusion Strike, I think. No, not Fusion Strike. It was an older Sword and Shield set. But you watch Brian from Paldean, and he talked about it. He said, you know, the problem isn't the reprinting for 151 Japanese. The problem is restocking. He said they could print that thing into the ground. If nobody restocks it, then the prices aren't going to go anywhere. And if they just trickle out, like say somebody ordered 1,000 boxes. This is all hypothetical, right? Say somebody ordered 1,000 boxes of 151. Okay, price of the pack or price of the box is $100. Okay, and then you just drip feed it into the market. Okay, well here's 5 boxes. Somebody automatically goes there, buys them. Oh, $500. Man, I'll buy all 5 right now. Okay. Yeah, I saw that. It's horrible. So then that person still has 9,995 boxes. Okay. They drip feed another 10 into the market, but this time there are 110. Okay. Somebody goes and says, oh, they actually have them right now. I better get them. Oh, 110? Wow, no, there were 100 last time. They're hard to find on the market. Makes sense to pay 110. They buy them. And then that person's still sitting on 985 boxes. You know? It's like, it's not fixing. It's not fixing. A reprint doesn't fix the issue. It needs to be restocked. Now, if they drop all 1,000 of those boxes on the market at a time, then that lowers the price, right? Because now it's like, oh, there's 1,000 boxes. Now we got to move them. We got to sell them. They're taking a, floor room, whatever. But the thing is, I think I have a feeling with Prismatic, it's like, that's going to be the problem because they've already told us, and everybody keeps saying, don't buy it right now when it releases. Wait a while because they got 9 months of releases, 9 months of product for Prismatic. Okay? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that they have 9 months of product releases. It doesn't matter that it's going to be that abundant because the FOMO's there and the demand's there. And people buying off rip and shippers on whatnot prove that. Paying $18 to $22 a pack. The demand's there. So like, this is going to be 9 months of drip feeding Prismatic to the what would you say? The addicts. You're drip feeding over 9 months. Oh, wait till Rocket comes out, Moss. If you don't get Rocket pre-ordered right now, you're not going to get it before the bots. You're not going to get it before the scalpers. Team Rocket, if Journey Together is going for $300 to $500 a booster box right now because they've been scalped, Team Rocket will probably be going, I'm calling it now, 600 to 800. I'm going to say it's going to be 600 to 800 a booster box if it's a standalone set. Because Journey Together was sold out on Pokemon Center in under an hour. Within 2 hours, I couldn't order it on Best Buy. GameStop. Nowhere else I could pre-order it. And that's for Journey Together. If a Rocket set's coming out, well, I mean, it's coming out, but I think people are going to try to be stupid with it, and they're going to be trying to sell 600 to 800. I'm thinking conservatively, 600 to 800 is what they're going to try to sell a booster box for. And it's just $1,000. Nah, it's not going to be ETB. It's going to be a booster box. I think 600 to 800 when Rocket comes out. But I don't know. It's getting, the hobby's getting a little, how you would say, a little, that's a politically correct term that we could use. I don't think there's a politically correct term that I could use right now to describe the Pokemon hobby right now. Brain dead, I guess you could say. How brain dead some of these people are, paying $18 to $22 a pack for Prismatic. I hope to God nobody's buying. I'm still mad about that, Moss, because I didn't get anything from Surging. You got like the one good pack that Walmart had, and I went today and they didn't have any more. Oh, what did I get out? I got this out of Surging today. Look. Yeah. And this. That's all I got out of Surging. You got the one good pack at Walmart. I think I did like 15 packs today. But I hope nobody's buying. I hope nobody's actually buying those pre-orders of booster boxes of Journey Together. But then again, I go on Whatnot and I watch people buying freaking Prismatic at $18 to $22 a pack. And it's like, I don't get it. I mean, if somebody could explain it to me. If somebody could explain it to me. Like, why would you pay $18 to $22 for a modern set? I mean, they're already. I was talking to the wife today. I said that Sunbreon, as people are deeming it, right? That Sunbreon, Moss. The year is still. We're only 11 days into the year, Moss. Don't be a drama queen. That's my biggest hit this year. Don't be a drama queen, Moss. We're 11 days into it. My biggest hit this year. Let me show you my biggest hit this year. Where'd it go? Hold on. My biggest hit this year, technically, like I wanna, be a real troll right now, Moss, and like be like, this Pikachu EX is 52 cents. That's my biggest Pikachu this year. But on a serious note, my biggest pull so far this year was the Glaceon and the Miriam. We're 11 days into it. This is only my second stream, Moss. I'll be a drama queen. my biggest hit this year. But I want to understand. I, I why would you pay for a modern set that hasn't even released yet for $18 to $22? But anyways, like I was telling them, like, okay, so I had to rewind myself and get back to where I was at. So I was telling the wife today. I said, we were watching PokeRev. PokeRev? We were watching somebody rip Prismatic. And I said, I don't even think we should buy more Prismatic. I said, you can buy. Let me look it up right now before I start lying. Let's see. You can buy. Let me not yell numbers. Or, let's see. Hold on. Okay. A bid right now. I can't see the last sold. If they've sold any. Let's see here. Can I have any last sold? Okay, let's say $1,200, right? If it stays there. There's some that are going for like 14. Let's say $1,600. Okay. Let's say $1,600 for that Sunbreon that's coming out. People are already selling them. Highest bid on one right now, with 1 day remaining, was 1 day, 10 hours remaining, $1,800. Okay, not even graded for Sunbreon, because obviously, well, I mean, you could pay $140, 5 day turnaround from PSA. Let's say typically PSA 10 normally doubles the value. Let's go conservative. Let's say 3,500. 3,500 for the PSA 10 Moon Sunbreon, right? Let's just say conservatively. Raw, let's say 1,600, because I don't think that 1,800 is going to hold. And I think some people are taking pre-orders on TCG Player for like 1,300 or something like that, right? So I was telling the wife, I said, we might be better off just spending the 1,300 buying the goddamn card right now. Pardon my language. I said, but 1,300. I said I think the thing's only gonna go up. And then if you grade high like a PSA 10 or something like that, I said, granted, I would rather buy it in person. This is my highest rarity card this year, Moss. Oh wait, no. This one too. Oh wait, no. This one too. Those are the 3 hyper rares I pulled this year so far. But I was telling I think we're better off just paying the 1,300 if we were to really want one in the collection. Just buy it outright, get it graded, hope it grades a 10. Because, like you were saying, Moss, Rev opened up $2,000 worth of product, which is actually market price at like $680, I think it was when he did the numbers. Might be a little off, but if you factor in tax, whatever, it's probably about $700. So you got $700 worth of product at market price. I mean, that's what market price would be, right? MSRP. You got $700 worth of product for $2,000. Didn't pull any SIRs. Pulled multiple full art trainers. He could have spent that $2,000 on buying that one card instead. And this is the case where like buying singles, God, it's gonna suck to buy singles. But not as much as it's going to suck to rip product. Not as much as it's going to be to rip product. Because, I mean, $2,000 at scalper price or whatever suggested retail price that people are putting on it, $150 in the dang ETB versus $55 what an ETB should be. You have a 300% markup practically. Or 200%, I guess you'd say, because, yeah, 200%. If you say $50 and another $100, like $150. Yeah, so I mean, it's like, it's not even looking like a 35% pull rate, Moss. Because 35% pull rate, you got to remember there's 32 SIRs, and I want to say like 11 or 12 full arts. And then you got your A specs, which, mind you, God, it makes me so angry just thinking about it. It makes me so angry just knowing that those A specs, like when I watched Rev Pool one, I was like, I've seen that A spec before. I sarcastically said it. Wasn't that in Temporal Forces? Wasn't that one in Twilight Masquerade? So having those in the whole pool, like the pool, like swim pool, not pool rates, but well, yeah, it is pool rates. But having that in the full spectrum of your possibilities of what you can pull, and it being a repeat of what was already in a set, oh, that makes me so angry. It's like, I can pull this in Temporal Forces. I can pull this in Twilight Masquerade. Why isn't it in my new set as an A-spec that I can pull that's taken away from the pull rates of what I really want? Because, there's so much percentage that you're going to get a A-spec. There's so much percentage you're going to get a full art. There's so much percentage you're going to get a pull, so on and so forth. You get the idea. But why have stuff that was in older sets? Well, not even older sets. It just barely came out. But why have that stuff going there? They should have just don't include those A specs. Okay? So you can increase the percentage for something else. Because do we really need a reprint of what was it? The crystal? Do we really need a reprint of what the megaton blower or whatever the heck that just there's some A specs in there. It's like, do we really need those reprinted in Prismatic? No. No. We don't need them. And then there aren't any big A specs really to collect, and you can only use one in a deck. And it's really only for people that really play the game. I mean, yeah, there's some big A specs out there. I remember Prime Catcher was huge at one point, but that was because they just brought back A specs, back in Temporal Forces, first time in I don't know how many years. Yeah, and then there's some EXs. Yeah, that was the other thing. He pulled some EXs that I was like, here's the other that pisses me off. So in Japanese, each pack from any of their specialty sets guarantee you an EX or better. Okay. And they did that with Shiny Treasures. They did that with VMAX, whatever it was. That's Crown Zenith. They did it with quite a bit of sense. And they were pulling Pokeballs and Master Balls more than they were pulling anything else. And yes, I know it's the first time in an English set we're getting Pokeballs and Master Balls, and it's a big deal, and everybody's going to want the Umbreon, Espeon, and all that, and Master Balls, and all kinds of stuff, right? But I think with the way that Pokemon International, whatever, Pokemon company here in the US seeds their packs, I think introducing the Pokeballs and the Master Balls and taking out the illustration rares. I think that, because I mean, let's face it, they got to have a way of knowing how they seeded. They say they don't seed packs. They say they don't do any of that. I think they do. Okay. I mean, realistically, I mean, how they do it, I don't think will ever be released to us. Right? They're never going to tell us, like, oh, we have a machine that scans them, and then we make sure that we don't know exactly what card it is, but we know there's a hit. Like, say, recently there's a dude with the pipe detector, whatever, that you can buy at like a hardware store, and you scan the pack through it. If it doesn't go off, there's no hit in it. You scan the pack, beep beep, and there's at least a hollow in there, or you can set the sensitivity and whatever, right? You scan it, and they gotta have a system in which they know not exactly what's going on. They're not going to know this Pikachu went into this specific pack or whatever, or went into this specific box. But they know it's like, okay, there's so many hollows because they have to have a way that knows what seeds into what. But I think that process that they use, I think wasn't adapted. This is just being pure conspiracy, tinfoil conspiracy theorists, right? How do I sound this? How do I say this without sounding like completely? Okay, so there's certain things, right? Like certain products out there, like those Make It Minis. They have a way. They have these little pinholes, and you can actually judge by where the pinhole is, whatever, and it'll tell you what exactly is in that little ball, Make It Minis MG universe, right? And that's how they track it. Even with the little Lego miniature figurines that they have a little bump code at the bottom, right? And you can rip the pack open and see what's there, and people put these online. This is what the bump code is. So the company, the Lego company, when they make them, know what those bump codes mean. Right? They're like, they know it's like, say they have a Star Wars one. One's Han Solo, one's Princess Leia, one's whatever, Darth Vader, right? Well, these 3 little bumps mean it's Luke. 2 little bumps right here mean Leia. 2 little bumps here mean Darth Vader. Well, when they run that through the machine and they're packaging it, like they have an assembly line of Darth Vaders. Okay, and they know it's the Darth Vader that's in there now because it's got the 2 little bump codes. One of them has the 3, so they know it came off the assembly line, whatever, whenever they're packaging it. So we know companies do that. Lego company does it. MGA Miniverse does it. There's a whole bunch of these mystery bags, mystery toys that you open up. They have a way of tracking what products in what container, whatever, right? So how does Pokemon Company in Japan know that there's 9 hits in a booster box guaranteed every single time? Right? I mean, just think about it. Every single booster box you're gonna get. Now you're not told you're okay. So how does Pokemon? Let's go back here. Dang it! I keep thinking I'm getting somewhere, right? And then I catch myself thinking inside of my head, thinking. So each Japanese booster box guaranteed 9 hits. Each box of Terrestrial Festival 10 packs. Guaranteed at least 1 SAR or 1 SAR. How do they know that? How do they know that you're getting your guaranteed SAR in that Japanese? In this one, how do they know you're getting a guaranteed SAR? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you see, you understand where my thought process is going? It's like they know in this box there's 1 SAR. They know in this box there's 9 guaranteed pulls. They know 3 of them Or was it 4 of them? So then one is an SR or an SAR or a hyper rare. Right, so that leaves 8 other packs. So 2 full. No, there's no full arts. Those could be. Yeah, so 9 hits in here. One SR, SAR, or hyper rare or ultra rare, whatever they call their gold cards. You have a 1 in 3 chance of those, right? So you don't know what you're getting, but there's a 1 in 3 chance of those, and that leaves 8 other hits. So 2 A specs, 2 A specs. What was it? 6 EXs? Yeah. So, anyways, so what I'm saying, so how do they know that pack has an SR, SAR, or ultra rare in it? So your 1 out of 9 is that. Keep that in mind. And out of that 1 out of 9, it's a 1 in 3. Okay. So they know they have a process, like you said. It'd be fun to see the operation. It'd be fun to see, but then that kind of like you're peeking behind the whole uh, operation, right? Like behind, well, how would you say it? Like Wizard of Oz, you unveil it, and now you see how it actually happens, and now you're not as impressed, or now that you know the truth behind the magic is not as impressive, whatever, or it kills it. But anyways, I'm sorry, I go on a tangent here. Japan obviously has a system. What it is, I don't know. Don't really care. The main thing is they have a system to guarantee 9 hits in one of these boxes. They have a system to guarantee 1 SAR in these 10 packs. So my whole thing is my conspiracy, tin hat conspiracy theory, whatever you want to call it. My theory is Pokeballs and Master Balls. It being the first time in English, and that taking away the illustration rare slot, I think that broke our pull rates for Prismatic. Now, I can't say, nobody can say for certain what the pull rates in Prismatic evolutions are, right? Nobody can say right now because there's isn't a large enough pool. We watched PokeRev open up 108 packs with no SAR, no SIR. And before that, he did, I don't remember how many ETBs he did. He did like so many of every product. And I didn't count how many packs he did total. Then Cool Trainer Ryan did his. And then if you want to believe the Whatnot shippers, which is starting to actually look like the Whatnot shippers were, Rippin' shippers were legitimate. I hate, feels wrong coming out of my mouth saying that, right? And PokeRev talking about batching issues. He's like, oh, there's batching. There seems to be batch. I don't know if it's batching issues, batching. He kept saying that, right? Kept saying that. And I think this is just me, just looking at, just thinking in the mathematical kind of sense, and thinking about how Japanese do it. I think Master Ball, Pokeball, reverse hollows, and the subtraction of illustration rares have ruined possibly the pull rates or the process in which they normally do the way they seed their packs, even though they say they don't seed them. Okay, Pokemon Center, Pokemon International, okay, Pokemon Company, you don't seed packs, but yet, whatever. I think the introduction of those has broken the process in which packs are seeded, in which the pull rates are seeded. So, imagine, because here's another thing. Here's another thing. Here's another thing. Here's the one thing we haven't mentioned. The one thing that I'm sure some people, when they start to really sit there and think about it, it'll mess with your mind even more. God packs. Okay. Okay. So God packs. God packs in Japanese contain, it was 10 cards, right? So one card that made you think when you were going to open it, oh, it's just a regular card. Here's my Mr. Mime. So you're holding it, and then, man, all of a sudden you're like, oh, geez. It's a SIR. It's another SIR. It's another evolution, and another one, and another one, and another one. So you got your 9 SIR evolutions behind your Mr. Mime. So when they're packing the packs, because they're not hand packed, they're got to be coming off a conveyor belt and all that, right? So when they're packing the packs, how does God pack happen? What process do they have to know to say, hey, you know what? One in every 3,000 packs, you're gonna pack one regular card, and the other 9 evolutions behind it. What's the process? What's the process behind that? It makes you wonder. It's like, so the Japanese know they can get one SAR guaranteed in here, 9 hits in here, and then they can create a God pack that has 9 SIRs in it and one just jank, bulk card. Okay. So they obviously have a process because they've been doing it in like all the specialty sets, making a God pack. They had one in the Japanese equivalent of Crown Zenith. They had one in the Japanese equivalent to Paldean Fates. Okay. So the Japanese obviously have a way of creating those packs. It just doesn't just happen. It's not like, oh, there was a mess up in the printing process and the cutting process and the putting it in the pack process. These aren't supposed to happen. But for some reason, every 3,000 packs, there's a glitch and it just stacks all these together. Yeah, okay. Right? So, here's the thing. I don't think, technically, maybe in 151, it's never been. Okay. Y'all can call me out on it and you can say it was confirmed. There were God packs in 151. Okay. I've never personally opened one up. And we opened up enough 151 to pretty much complete a master set. Just like 3 cards to have there for a master set, right? So we opened up a lot of 151. Never got a God pack. I see very few videos or shorts or whatever on YouTube about somebody opening a God pack. Never personally met anybody that's opened a God pack. Never been into an LGS where they had somebody say, oh yeah, we had a customer open up a God pack. 151. English. Japanese, yeah, 151 had God packs. So if you believe what these whatnot ripping shippers are posting, which there's speculation that it's not real, because supposedly afterwards they canceled the order on the person. And PokeRev talked about it on one of his videos recently, but apparently Prismatic Evolutions is going to have God packs. Apparently ripping one on Rip and Shipper and whatnot opened a God pack. And if you watch that video, I watched it. It's different than a Japanese God pack, right? as if it's true. Don't know if it's true. Don't know if God packs are official in one prismatic evolution. But that first card was a Pokeball Eevee, right? And then they went whoop, evolution, whoop, evolution. All SIRs, all stacked together. So I have yet to see any legitimate PokeTuber pull an SIR. And then this whatnot rip and shipper pulls a God pack, right? And these whatnot rip and shippers have gone through hundreds upon hundreds, if not thousands, of packs to sell. And I've seen hardly any SAR or SIRs getting pulled from them, right? Maybe a gold card. I saw one pull a gold card. But this is what I'll circle back to. So if they have a process in which they know how they seed packs, right? So let's say they, Pokemon Company has a way of knowing how they seed their packs, right? Maybe, like I said, tinfoil hat theory, maybe the introduction of Pokeball reverse, Master Ball reverse, the subtraction of illustration rares, and the addition of God packs. Maybe that broke. I don't know if they're broken, but from what I've seen, pull rates look horrible. They look broken to me. It's like I said, tin hat conspiracy theorist idea. Pokeball, Master Ball, subtraction of illustration rares, addition of God packs. Those are the four things, okay, that I can think of right now. Those are the four things Prismatic has done different compared to any other set. Okay, we've never had God packs unless those are true 151. That was a specialty set though. But in a standard set, well, this is a specialty set too. Yeah, it's a specialty set, but God packs haven't been a huge thing. Master Ball, or subtraction of illustration rares has not been a thing in any Scarlet Violet set. Or any set, period. Because even Terrestrial Festival, that's the first time they haven't had illustration rares. Master Ball is the first time in English. Pokeball is the first time in English. One of those four components right there. Tinfoil hat, take it with a grain of salt. One of those things, I think, is going to be what ruined the pull rates. But then you could argue, well, the Pokeball takes place of the illustration rare. The Master Ball takes place of the illustration rare. So those two right there take place of the illustration rare. So hit rates are fine. Okay. But why the SIR's not hitting? And you have 32 because the Eevee fruitcake one from that Japanese pastry chef, that Eevee fruitcake one is not included in Prismatic Evolutions as of yet. It will be in a super premium collection, Prismatic collection, right? So they're gonna have the card. It's gonna be a Black Star promo. They're gonna have that. Okay. We're gonna have the fruit cake Eevee. Right? But as of right now, if you look at the poster, it has all the evolution rare, whatever, evolution rare, SARs or SIRs, and we have 32 SIRs in the set. How come in 108 packs, Pokerev didn't pull one? How come in 3 ETBs, which, I mean, it's a small thing, but that's 27 packs, but 3 ETBs, if you've been opening up ETBs in the past, you know, decent ETB, at least get an illustration rare, you get, every once in a while, you get a special illustration rare. That's how I got that Pikachu, out of a Surging Sparks ETB. First one open, third pack in. Okay, we got, what do we get? Milotic, I think it was. Oh no, Latios for sure, and Fampi. 2 IRs. No, you can't see Latios, it's there. 2 IRs and 1 ETB. Oh no, no, it was those, yeah, no, it was those two. But yet, 108 packs, and then Cool Trainer wearing the 3 ETBs, 27 packs. But we didn't see one SIR. Really? Really? Like I said, full. This is Pokepunch in his full tinfoil hat. Conspiracy theory, not conspiracy theory, but speculation about why the pull rates we've been seeing from legitimate Poketubers. Now you could say 135 packs. Well, I mean, you also have to remember he ripped, I don't remember how many of each different product the first night he did it, right? But you mean to tell me that whole time, not one SIR? I just, like Pokerep kept saying, there's probably batching issues. And batching issues would mean how they seed the cards, right? So just something to think about. Something to think about when you're doing the old prismatic evolutions chase. And just something to think about going ahead as we look at prismatic evolutions. Just you know, something to think about. Because that's what I've been doing a lot of thinking. I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just, sometimes my brain goes 500 miles per hour and my mouth goes like 20. And then sometimes I got like 4 different thoughts going on at one time and only one mouth. So, you know. So I try to formulate what I'm trying to think, and it's hard to get it out all at one time. But I think once you really look at it in that kind of manner, it's, yeah. I mean, once you're looking at that kind of manner, it really makes you see prismatic evolutions in a different kind of light, or it makes me a little worried to open it. Because imagine you get one ETB and everybody's like, oh, your pull rate's bad. I got like 4 SIRs in mine. It's like, well, holy crap, I got like 2 Pokeballs in mine and 1 EX. You know? And then maybe there's just some that are stacked and they're like, oh, I got a God Pack and I got 2 SIRs in mine. It's like, there's 32 SIRs. This is what I can't wrap my head around. There's 32 SIRs. 32 SIRs in this set. And we haven't seen one pulled yet from a big YouTuber who's open from Prismatic. You would think with 32 SIRs, right? You would think you would be seeing them commonplace. Like, I honestly thought, my initial thought on Prismatic was there's so many SIRs that we're going to be pulling these like so much that the price is just going to be driven into the ground. And I figured, I don't know if I was being hopeful or whatever, but you know, in a 10 pack of Japanese, you're guaranteed an SAR. Okay. Closest thing we have to it is an ETB. Okay. With 9 packs in it. Unless you get a Pokemon Center one, 11 packs, whatever. But 9 packs in it. 1 pack short of this. Okay. So I would have figured in those ETBs, probably guaranteed an SIR in each ETB. It might be the better route to go, Moss. You know, team up or any XY might be the better way to go. Because I honestly thought, you know, each ETB was going to have an SIR. Not an EV, you know, because there's 32 of them to choose from. You know, like maybe one in every, what do they come, 10 in, no, is it 10 per case, I think? 10 ETBs per case, I want to say. I might be wrong. Maybe it's 12. No, it's got to be 10. Anyways, however many come per case, right? Maybe it's one evolution per case. Let's say that number was 10. So you have a 1 in 10 chance of getting an evolution. All the rest of those is like... Cause I mean, let's face it, guys. The Lorcana has 1 in every 4 boxes. How many boxes are in a case? 4 boxes in a case. You watch Danny Phantom, if you watch just about anybody, you know that there are statistic pull rates for each kind of product out there. You know, the numbers are there. People have done the breakdowns of it. Larger, like Danny Phantom, he opens up cards or packs until he gets a master set, and then he gives away a binder. So he's opened up thousands of, 1,000 packs or more, 2,000 in some cases, right? And he tracks it, and he gives us a full nice breakdown of everything, and I can't wait to see his prismatic breakdown. That's going to be depressing as all hell to watch. But I digress. Anyways, like I'm saying, so we know, right? So I figured it was going to be like that, because that's, would be the best buy, would be to buy ETPs for prismatic, and this is before the FOMO, before everything. This is my thought process before. Probably 1 SAR or SIR per ETB. Probably 1 in a case of ETBs was going to be an evolution. Okay. So, however, there's 9 evolutions, right? So, with that in mind, you probably would have had to have bought... If you wanted 9 evolutions, whether or not you doubled up on them, you'd have to buy 90 ETBs. Okay. That would, kind of my thought process, because that would give you 9 chances at getting all 9 evolutions. But chances are you're going to double up on them. Maybe 2 Leafeons, whatever. Doesn't matter what it would have been. But that was my thought process. So I was like, you know what? I bet you anything. I'm glad nobody took this bet. I bet you anything it's going to be like Crown Zenith pull rates. And I bet you anything these evolutions, they're going to be so abundant that everybody's saying, oh, it's the next evolving skies. It's the next evolving skies. That's what everybody kept saying, right? And I honestly, in my head, thought they were going to be like Crown Zenith pulls. Maybe 1 EV, or not 1 evolution, but 1 SIR per ETB. Maybe 1 evolution per every 10 ETBs. And that was just going to make the prices on these, because, everybody was going to be opening. Everybody is going to be opening. Let's face it, everybody's going to be opening prismatic. I bet you anybody who pre-ordered it is going to go over there, unless they're going to try to be like, I'm going to hold on to it and try to sell it. The hit rates are going to be horrible. The hit rates are going to be horrible. So you to sit on sealed prismatic, nobody's going to buy it from you. If you told me, because I pre-ordered it and I got it, and I'm going to wait to see what Walmart does and what Target does, and if I can get any on release date at MSRP at $55, I'll buy it. Okay. Now, if you're sitting out there in the parking lot and say, hey man, I got this Prismatic ETB, $85, I'll be like, no, I'm not buying that from you. Oh, but it could have a sunbeam on it. It's like, no, brother, for $85? No, no, not for $85. And then, everybody's 150. I said, no, if I get it for MSRP $55, yeah, I open all day long. I'll go out and buy a couple here and there, even if the pull rates are bad, because it's $55 versus 155. And I know any of you that are getting it at MSRP, you're not going to keep it sealed because you know the pull rates are bad. And if the pull rates are bad, you're not going to go and buy them for $155. You're going to open up your $55 ETB hoping that the pull rates weren't as bad as we all thought they were. That's just my little rant, my thoughts on Prismatic, guys. It is what it is. The hobby's doom and gloom right now for me because people buying all the dang Journey together and trying to sell them $300 to $500 a booster box, which doesn't make any sense for something that doesn't release for another 2 months at least. It's got me this. And then the best pull we had today was a Mimikyu. I mean, guys, products getting hard to come by. Product at a decent price is getting hard to come by. Give it to August. It's not going to get any better, Moss. With the way people are friggin' buying Prismatic off of whatnot, and the way people are just going to the extent to buy out a set that doesn't even come out till March. So I hope nobody goes and buys these when they actually do release in March. I hope nobody's buying Journey together at $300 to $500 a box. We don't even know what the full set entails. We don't even know what's in it. We don't even know. I mean, just the Reshiram, the Ionos, the 3 Ionos, and a few cars that, unless they release the full set list, but I haven't checked today, but we don't even know if there's any cars in there worth chasing. You know what I mean? To justify a $500 Fusion Strike booster box of Fusion Strikes $500 right now. Okay, at least that's what I saw. I saw some at like 500. It's like, but that has that Gengar in there. Evolving Skies being $800 to $1,000. Yeah, Time Machine would be amazing. But Fusion Strike to be $800 to $1,000 per booster box. You have a Moonbreon in there, yeah, 1,600 if you get one, raw. Okay. What does Journey Together have in it that makes it worth $300 to $500? Well, we don't know. We haven't got the full list yet. They haven't released everything that's going to be in it. Yeah. Come on, man. $300 to $500. Y'all are relisting this, and we don't even know what's all in Journey Together. I guess I'll never know what's in Journey Together because I can't buy none. Well, I got 5 sleeves coming. 5 sleeves of Journey Together. Heck yeah, brother. I'm doing amazing. I was there, Moss. I was there the first year the cards came out. I was there, Gandalf, all those years ago. Now I can travel back and tell myself, hey kid, put that in a friggin' sleeve and a top loader. That'd be a whole different story. Hey kid, that little thing that says first edition on it, yeah, that means a lot in like 20 years. I could go back and tell myself that. But I don't know. I don't know, Moss. I mean, it's like it's gonna be a horrible year for Pokemon. I mean, a great year. It should be. It should have been a great year because we're getting Journey together. We're getting Prismatic Evolutions. We're getting a Team Rocket set. Those should all be freaking. No, you see, and that's the thing. Don't open. It's like it should have been amazing to open, but you're gonna have all these people sitting on sealed product because they're investing in it. How can you invest in something? Here, okay. Here's my other thing. If nobody's opening the product, then why should anybody give a damn about it? It's like, oh, this could have a Sunbreon in it. Okay. Well, let's open it and find out. Oh no, it's $300 for this box. Why? Because there might be a Sunbreon in it. It's like, yeah, but the Sunbreon's worth how much? $262? We'll never know unless we can open it. Let's spend $300 on $60 boxes instead. So let's get 5 boxes and open them. And that's what we should be doing. Not freaking sitting on sealed product saying, because the possibility's there, that's why it's worth this much money. I would understand, like Magic the Gathering. Here, okay, so Magic the Gathering has vintage, right? There's sealed boxes still from like 1996, 1998. People still have them for Magic the Gathering, right? And there's cards in there that are worth a lot of money, obviously, and they're vintage Magic. Now, some of those boxes still may only be worth a couple thousand, right? But the thing is, so many of those boxes were open, and obviously I was like 20, 30 years ago. For some of them, you know, it's out of print. It's never going to be reprinted. It's that's it. Whatever's left in the world is a finite number. So that drives up the price because it's like that's the only way you can get that card, which is why Magic the Gathering started printing cards like Mana Crypt over here. Or, you know, here, this is a better one. Birds of Paradise. Alright? Birds of Paradise. Birds of Paradise. There's so many different versions of Birds of Paradise because it's such a playable card, but the original one from way back when is worth several $100s because it's from way back when. But they keep reprinting the cards and making them continue to be playable, right? Mana Crypt as well. Reprinted different artwork, does the same function in the game. But if somebody wants that the original artwork, the original card, then you have to open up vintage Magic, which will cost you a whole lot of money for the chance to get it, because otherwise you're going to pay like, you know, between $8,000 and $3,000 for one of those cards. So if you can get a box that's $800 to $1,000, you can get 3 of them, and the card you're trying to buy is like $5,000. Then hell, spend $3,000 trying to get it. Well, with Pokemon, it's why is it $150? $155? Man, it's just, yeah, it is. The frustration is real. You know, I'm just frustrated with how 2025 is gonna look for the Pokemon world. Maybe I'll get back into MetaZoo. Maybe I'll get into MetaZoo since it's coming back out. You know what, guys? We're getting that shit. All the Pokemon stuff here, we're done with it. We're gonna throw it in the trash, set it on fire. We're going with soccer cards, hockey cards. We're done with Pokemon. That's it. This is the last Pokemon opening ever, guys. Not opening anymore. We're gonna go buy some Topps cards. I'm gonna go to Walmart right now and buy me some Topps cards. We're gonna hunt for Cal Ripken, Kenny Jr. I don't know any baseball players. I'm just making up names at this point. We're done with Pokemon. All of it in the trash. Drop a match on it. We're transitioning to football cards. Give me an excuse. No, baseball cards. Give me an excuse to chew some big league chew. We do our. These are coins that I painted recently. See, I'm all tongue tied now, Moss. The ones I painted recently, Moss. Palmy. Raboot. No, that's not Raboot. Score Bunny. Pikachu's. Quaxleys. Sprigatitos. I was working on Dragonite, but I can't get the colors right. I'll have to get that. Do that one. But yeah, no, guys, we're done. We're done with Pokemon. We're baseball cards all the way, guys. Yeah, baseball cards all the way. That's what we're doing. They still have the chewing gum at the back of the baseball cards. Anybody know? Anybody? They got chewing gum at the back of the cards. I'll be buying those by the box with the gum. Something to chew my frustration out on. Anyways, guys, hope you're having a good life. Hope you're making the best of it. And I'm gonna have to remind myself, just like I always tell you guys, because I gotta live by my mantra as well. Tomorrow's a new day. So remember that, guys. Hope you're enjoying life, making the best of it. And tomorrow's a new day. We'll take it day by day with the Pokemon community, see how it goes. Tomorrow's a new day. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for joining me tonight. I'll catch you on the next one. Hopefully next Saturday we can find something to open up. All right, Moss, you take care of yourself, brother. I'll catch you on the next one.